Good morning and welcome yet to another Saturday Q&A cafe with Ramona, your host, and Places for Us, a place for the entrepreneurs. Today we have a very special question, and I really enjoyed this question from my one of my prospects clients called George, and he has question in regards to what type of company to form and what type of structure or entity to start with. George, thank you so much for your question. This was actually a very, very good question. So let's read it. Your cue. I would like to know what type of business should I open for my small business? What are the choices and structures and how to decide which is a good match to my entity? As I have mentioned, these are questions for an entrepreneur before the actual starting of the business because without knowing what path you're taking, you will not be able to succeed due to the fact that your structure is not set up as it should be, and you will have difficulties later on when you're trying to figure out the real value and how to set up your company. And in regards to this question, George, I will come with a quote, which I really enjoyed, and is again tied into your question and into the businesses. The quote goes like this: To succeed in business, to reach the top, an individual must know all it is possible to know about that business. By J. Paul Getty. So yes, you will have to know more about the information provided, and I can direct you to a site. It's called incorporate.com, where you can actually read a little bit more about this and familiarize with the structures and type of companies you can choose from. But I will give you a very short run of what exactly these entities are and what exactly they mean. So my A to your Q, George, is this. When starting a business, there are different type of businesses you can start. You can be a sole proprietorship, a small business, a limited liability company, or LLC as they call them, a C corporation, an S corporation, a non-profit. You can incorporate in different states like Delaware and Nevada, which they have some tax options and some breaks that you can have. And what state are you residing in, choosing your state and to match it correctly to what you're providing. I would suggest you should go and download the free business formation guide at incorporate.com, and that would give you a little bit more information. I will run a little bit information through each and every structure that you can have here for more understanding. So what is a sole proprietorship? You might already be a sole proprietorship without even knowing it. If you're providing any kind of services and you get paid for these services, even if you don't have a business, you will still have to show that income on your tax returns. So basically, you are running a small business already and you're called a sole proprietorship. What is the difference between a sole proprietorship and different entities is the sole proprietorship has a personal liability for your business debts. It's a legal come after, everybody can come legally after your assets and possessions if you're not paying your bills. So this is the first and probably the one that most of our people are already involved in. Now, a small business is kind of the same type of business and it's kind of the same structure for it. However, the small business, you will have a fictitious business name. And what it means that when you're actually dealing with the customers, instead of being John Doe, for example, and they're paying to John Doe for services and products, they will pay for great company reviews or construction company ABC or whatever the name of the company you have incorporated or actually started your company with and whatever fictitious business name you have chosen for your company. So this name will appear on each and every paperwork, forms, and everything you're providing to your customers. This name will be recorded, and also this name will be the one that you're filing your taxes under. Yet still, a fictitious business name and a fictitious business, it's same type of structure that you have. It's still about a sole proprietorship and still everything that's or income, it will be directly processed to your personal possessions. Also, you must report and pay taxes for all these type of companies. Now, fictitious business name, it's filing your forms just like you would do with any kind of small business, but you have to publish the legal name in a well-known newspaper within the country or county where you're actually providing services. This is actually a Californian rule. Now, it could be vary from state to state. Now, let's see what an LLC company it is and what is the advantage forming an LLC company. Now, the LLC is basically kind of like a corporation or a bigger entity business than the personal or your fictitious business name. It allows pass-through taxes. That means that you will pay taxes on your individual tax returns. You don't need to be a US citizen for that, but you have a limited liability for business debts and obligations. That means that nobody comes after you personally for your house, for your car, or anything else for that matter in case the business fails. Now, these also have to report and pay taxes, but let's overview very quickly between LLC and corporation what is the difference. Now, advantages of the LLC is there is no limit of the number of owners, so you can actually have partners or members. Basically, they're called members in this structure. Your profit and loss is passed through the owner's individual tax returns. That means that it's not going to be returned on your business taxes, but it will be personally shown on your taxes, and that's going to be for each and every member who actually owns or part of the business. The disadvantages of the LLC is you cannot engage in incorporate income splitting and you cannot issue stocks. So if you're preparing on issuing stocks or you are preparing to grow your company to a point where you want to have it issued stocks, then you should think about a corporation, and that would be a C or an S corporation. Now, the next entity that you can create, and here we have a little oops, S corporation. The S corporation needs to meet certain requirements. The federal tax returns enables companies to pass through their taxable income and losses between the owners and investors of the business. So here you can have owners and investors, and they will each and every one have these income statements needing to be filed. Electing the S corporation status can eliminate the disadvantage of double taxation. So that means that you're not going to be taxed on the business and on your individual income, but you will be only taxed on your individual income for the percentage that you have stock or stake into that business. And you keep the owner's personal assets safe from the company's liabilities or for any kind of legal problems. The corporation, and that would be a C corporation, that also needs to meet certain requirements, and it also this one can have a limited liability for directors, officers, and shareholders. You can perpetuate existence even if the owner leaves the company. Enhances credibility, of course, unlimited growth potential, so you can actually start selling stocks for the company at one point in time or other. And there is no limit on the number of shareholders that you can have. Now, including tax-deductible business expenses that you can actually have on your returns and related to the corporation. There are many more types of business entities. As I said in the beginning, I suggest you go to the incorporate.com website and actually go through each and every one, request that free little booklet that explains in more detail of what exactly each entity will be providing to you as an owner, and liabilities and also income wise and taxation wise. Now you can also have a non-profit, or you have a different series of limited liability companies. You have professional corporations for doctors, lawyers, and so on. And the limited partnership, which also can have members, but also you can be the sole proprietor for it, again, not being liable for the company's losses or damages that they come. Well, George, I hope I have answered all the questions to you, and next time you read this information, you will actually have an idea of how to choose or what to choose. I would suggest that you should look into the LLC, which is the lowest one in the corporation, because that would actually allow you to be separated from the company, and in case anything happens to the company, you will not be liable or your family liable for whatever failures or unfortunate events happen to the company. Always make sure, regardless if you're a sole proprietorship or a C corporation, make sure you do have liability insurance on the company itself. If something happens in case of any kind of legal issues, you will be covered for that. Also, you should look for a medical insurance and dental insurance for you and your family while you're doing business. That way you will be covered because now you're on your own boss, and you will have to put all that money out in case it's needed. So, as I said, good luck, and please do look into each and every entity and make sure you're choosing the correct one so everything would work out as it should for your company. God bless and all the good success to you. Now, thank you everybody for listening in. Hope you have a good Saturday. I'm at the Q&A session right now. So if you do have questions, please do not hesitate. Raise your hands, or you can actually put some information in the chat box. And if you have just joined us and you have no idea of what we were talking today, this is about entities and structures of business, how to set it up and legal wise. And at www.incorporate.com, you can actually find some answers and some information on which entity will fit your needs. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I will answer all the questions, and please do not hesitate to send me an email in case you have more questions at info@placesforus.com. This is Ramona, Dynamic Coach, and please do check out what I can do for you in order to have your business going. And if you need any kind of help and support in starting your small business, please do send me information. Please call me and let me know what you need so I can help you. Hope you had a wonderful Q&A today and hope you have a nice weekend. Please do visit dynamicsmallbizcoach.wordpress.com, email info@placesforus.com, or you can chat on Facebook at Soho Consulting. Have a great day. I'll see you next Saturday. Until then, all the best and have fun. Bye.